What if Deku used the three sword style? Part 5. Now, last time on What If Deku Used the Three Swords style, Izuku just won the UA Sports Festival. So, we time skip 9 months into the future, where we see Mitsuki lying on a hospital bed giving birth to Izuku's son. Now, you know what? Let's just name him Remote. Unless you guys have a better name, Remote is now the son of Izuku. If you're wondering why I named him that, there's a remote that is right next to me on my couch. So, Izuku's son's name is Remote. Just realized how stupid that sounds. Now, standing right next to Izuku just happens to be Bakugo, who looks at Remote and sees that Remote has basically the same color hair as him, but it has green highlights in it, as Bakugo just says, "Wait, you're not kidding? Deku, motherfucker!" As Izuku's just like, "I mean, you're not wrong." Got that one from the comments. As the baby Remote looks at Izuku, smiles, and then turns to look at Bakugo, and almost in a hateful glare, just crumples up its fist, and it looks like Remote throws something at Bakugo, as a little orange ball goes flying straight towards Bakugo's face, and once it makes contact with Bakugo, it explodes, as Izuku just starts laughing, saying, "Oh my gosh, my son's already has a stronger quirk than yours." It's so sad. As Bakugo just says, "Shut up, Deku!" As Bakugo rushes out. Izuku goes back to UA as all his classmates start asking if it's true. Izuku says, what's true? So they say, "There was a rumor going around that Bakugo now has a brother and you're the father of it." Izuku just starts laughing and says, "Of course it's true, why wouldn't it be?" As they're just looking at him shocked, and it says, "Wait, you did Bakugo's mom?" As Izuku just laughs and says, "Yeah. So, technically I'm a stepdad." So, as they just look at him in shock, like, "Oh, really? What? Dang." As Izuku just says, "Yeah, I know, right?" After that, Aizawa comes in and tells them that they now will have to do internships, as Izuku got the most requests. Izuku thinks for a moment and just says, not really sure who to go to. This is a hard thing. Is there an option I could internship with you, Aizawa? As Aizawa just says, "Really, no one's asked me that." I mean, I guess you'll have to start drinking coffee. My shift is from 12 to 6 a.m. So you better start training your sleep schedule. As Izuku just says, "Sure." The entire class sweatshops as Izuku and Aizawa somehow are able to get along so well. As the next day comes. Once that day eventually arrives, it is now time to start the internships. Izuku with Aizawa, as they begin to walk around looking for villains. On Aizawa's main list of villains, a villain named Stain. Izuku asks, "Who's Stain?" As Aizawa just looks at Izuku and says, "You seriously haven't been watching the news? The hero killer, Stain." Izuku just says, "The news? Oh yeah, that thing that's on the box thing, right?" Sawa just looks at Izuku and says, "You've been in UA for how long and you don't know what a TV is?" Izuku just says, sorry. Been living on a remote island for a long time, so haven't really been in society for a while. Sawa just says under his breath, "I'd like to live on an abandoned island." As they continue their search for the hero killer, they eventually end up finding him that same night, only to have him stab Aizawa and run off. Izuku continued to chase the hero killer, but the hero killer ended up somehow getting away. Izuku thinks for a moment and says, "So, the hero killer uses swords, huh? Guess I'll have to show him that I'm the best sword user in Japan." As Aizawa just says, "Kid, that's not what we need to worry about here. Lives are at stake." As they go out on patrol another day. Now, while they're on patrol, Izuku looks and looks but cannot find the hero killer, just like Aizawa. They continue to look but with no luck for another 3 days until a huge attack happens. Hundreds of Nomus are released into the town square, along with attack reports of the hero killer. Izuku and Aizawa end up going out to find the hero killer, as they end up successfully finding him, but they found Ida as well, who looks almost dismangled with a sword in his arm. As Izuku and Aizawa immediately get into a fighting stance. The hero killer charges right in on Aizawa, knowing that Aizawa does not have swords and could possibly be the weaker of the two. Which Stain is sort of correct. The hero killer charges right in on Aizawa, only to have 3 swords slash down right on top of him, as Stain was only barely able to block with one of his swords. As Stain just says, "So, the legends are true. The 3-sword style has returned." Sorry about that interruption, guys. Now, after Stain says 3-sword style has returned, Stain immediately goes to throw daggers, only to realize they're missing, as he looks back at Izuku to see his daggers flying right towards him. Stain narrowly dodges them as Izuku throws one of his swords right at Stain. Stain is shocked and says, "But your style's 3 swords. How could you possibly use 2 swords?" Izuku just says, "You should have trained for more than one thing, Stain." As Izuku slashed opposite ways with both his swords, cutting Stain and knocking him out. After this, Izuku is praised for arresting Stain and capturing him, while they also scold him for using his quirk, as he just laughs and says, "Quirk, what quirk do I have, Can you possibly tell me that?" As Izuku walks away, feeling absolutely disrespected by those heroes. Once Izuku gets to his makeshift shack, as it's about to be the next day for UA, so he's having to go back to UA that next day. So he basically just waits for it to happen, and once he does get there, it is already the next day. As Izuku makes it into class to see Aizawa sleeping, and as he's the first one to get there. Once he gets there, Aizawa tells them that they will have another 2 weeks to study and train for the final exam, as that is what is going to end up happening. So, the 2 weeks are off, as Izuku uses this time to train and study for this exam for his first year at UA. Once the 2 weeks are up, Izuku comes back to finally realize that he basically didn't study at all. I mean, sure, he studied a little bit, but it wasn't that much. Izuku just says, I guess I'll wing it, as the test arrives and he finishes it completely not knowing if he got a good score or not. After that, it is finally time for the exam where all the kids are explaining. I heard that we're fighting the robots from the entrance exam. Suzuku just says, no, they probably wouldn't do something that stupid. It'll probably be something, say, like fighting the teachers. Almost as if right after Izuku said that, the teachers just decide to show up. Izuku just laughs and says, well, this will be fun, as he walks away and takes a seat, only to have All Might pick him up and say, not so fast. You will be versing me first with your sister. As Izuku just says, oh right, the girl you gave your quirk to when your only son was quirkless. And you too are quirkless, weren't you, All Might? And yet you had no pity for your son. All because he was quirkless. When you two are that same thing. Quirkless. That quirk does not belong to you or anyone. It's All for One's quirk that he gave to you and others. People. He gave that quirk to you. If you don't believe me, then you're just delusional. As Izuku goes off to start preparing to fight his so-called dad, when truly he doesn't believe that. And I thank you all for watching What If Deku Used 3-Sword Style Part 5. Once again, thank you all for watching there will be probably a poll in around maybe 12 hours from now, where I ask you guys what should the next What If be, or part 4 or part 6 of this. So once again, I thank you all for watching, and goodbye.